Hi, this is Phil Potempa, and welcome to another edition of Notoriety. Each week, I come to you as the host to bring the latest and greatest, everything you don't want to miss, things that are happening in Northwest Indiana, Chicago, and beyond. Everything for those ticket opportunities to all the water cooler buzz and everything in between. And of course, this show is also the broadcast equivalent of all of the print columns you read in the Post-Tribune, everything captured at ChicagoTribune.com and Chicago Tribune Media Products. And we're just so glad that you are a part of our show broadcast, whether it be through the traditional radio airwaves or maybe it is you're tuned in and you're seeing everything happening here at the WJOB studios for compliments of Strachan Van Tills through the courtesy of our cameras with JED TV, sponsored by generous underwriting of Albert's Diamond Jewelers. We're just so glad that you are part of us, and we also thank People's Bank for their underwriting and support, and the Indiana Arts Commission. It's all about the holidays, and we're looking for stocking stuffers. We're looking for things to read, things to take us away for a little bit of an excursion with our imagination. And I have with us a good friend and somebody who's always behind a pen, always dreaming up something exciting. Rebecca Bailey is an authoress, and she is so accomplished in everything that she's done. And we also had some classroom time at Valparaiso University as well as colleagues. Most of all, she's right here in studio, and this is exciting. I'm getting the scoop on her latest work. Right here, I'm holding in my hand, if you've got the cameras, Burn This Book, and it's by the pen name of T. Harriman. So Rebecca also has a pen name, and she's had a couple of those. I've written about her in the past in my columns, and everybody is just always eager to see what it is that you have going on. Thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you for having me, Phil. This is so exciting.
And when I asked this question of anyone who's a writer, how long has this book been in the process? That's such a trick question because people will say, well, everybody has a book in them. And it is a work in progress, but from
it started in 1988.
I was going to say, right? When does it start? When the idea is being dreamed up, or when it's completed is when it's in your hot little hand here. Which these are really hot off the presses, right?
They are indeed.
That's
yes.
what I thought. We were unpacking them from the box, and I could feel my fingers tinge here.
Yeah, I know. But fresh book smell.
But to be honest, really, it started when then as an idea? Would you say this project?
I know exactly when. And this book has a uniquely Northwest Indiana genesis. I was in my minivan. Yes, my Dodge Caravan minivan. And I am listening to Science Friday on National Public Radio.
Uh-huh.
And they were talking to a University of Chicago astrophysicist who said, well, we need to, it would be really interesting if we could travel to another galaxy, but it would take us 10,000 years. And they said, well, why hasn't anybody started working on this? And the astrophysicist said, well, it turns out that humans are really, really bad at making 10,000 year plans.
Exactly.
Now, I was on my way. I was making I was just about to make a left-hand turn into Meyer in Maryville.
Mm-hmm. You do know the details.
Yeah, and I had to stop the car. I stopped my car in the parking lot right there, and I took out my shopping list, and I started writing. And so that Meyer Maryville saw the first few words of this book.
That is the spark. And folks that are tuned into JED TV and they have the camera advantage, they're seeing the cover also. We're holding up the cover, of course. This is such an exciting cover, and I told you this earlier. But give us the thumbnail synopsis, because I don't want to just read the back. I want to hear it in your voice so they know what this book. It's paperback. Yeah. It is a full, how many pages do you have it memorized yet here? It is a full...
I think it's 260.
Yeah, 260. 260.
Yeah, 260.
Give us the synopsis of the plot.
Okay. There are some bad guys trying to take over the world so they can kill everyone in it except for their own people. And it is your job as the reader to stop them. And so there's a little bit of there's a lot of action adventure. It doesn't stop till the end. There's a little bit of romance, and there is a cat with a secret.
And I love it. And I've asked this question, and we have a mutual friend and writing mentor, Kate Collins, and she's so wonderful. And she's the one that taught me this first. She said, the book covers are not often, there's very little input the author gets. There's an illustrator, it's usually something in New York. They might show it to you. You might get to suggest whether or not they take you on the suggestion or not. They want, the old expression, judge a book by a cover. They want something that's going to sell. This cover does pop. How much input did you have? Because it's an exciting cover. I'm just going to describe it for the airwaves, folks. If you're not seeing it here, it's two young gals. The wind is blowing through their hair. They've got this cat, and they are on the run. In the back, there are flames everywhere. And what's all lit up behind there in flames?
Well, the White House is lit up in flames, which is symbolic for the fact that our Earth is, our world is in a really precarious place,
Uh-huh.
and it honestly, the book truly is apolitical.
Mm-hmm.
But I think no matter which side of the aisle you're on, you can agree that there are some negative things going on in our world that we can take steps to stopping. And so the underpinning of the book is to unite every reader into into a force for making the world a better place.
That's great. That is a message where everybody needs to hear. You'd kind of hinted about this, and we talked, and you said, well, even your children get a little nod or two in here. Are there some Northwest Indiana fun little Easter eggs hidden in there where somebody will know that, oh, it's kind of a nod to this, or it's a sort of a hint or a wink, wink, nudge, nudge at all?
Oh my goodness. The whole thing was written in Northwest Indiana. So I had Northwest Indiana in mind as I was writing it, like the different sounds and the experiences. For example, the Maryville Community Planetarium. That is someplace that I always love to take my kids. And so you'll see that kind of setting in the background, and I definitely had that in mind as I was writing. So you'll
fun.
look for it. You'll have to look for it.
That is fun. If you're just tuning in and you're hearing that voice, joined by my voice, I'm Phil Potempa, your host for Of Notoriety. This week we have Rebecca Bailey, author. She has a brand new work that is just out, and she's giving us all the scoop and the details. You're looking for holiday gift ideas. This is it. Tell us exactly where to get it to. Where can you get it? Is it on Amazon? Is it at our Barnes & Noble and Valpo? Where can we get this at?
You can get it at Amazon and Barnes & Noble.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
And here's the big reveal. Looking on the back cover, there is a special gold seal, and this is something that is so... How often do I get to say I have a guest that has this distinction? Tell us what the seal says right here.
Much.
And tell us about it.
I am honored to say, Pulitzer nominee.
Oh,
yeah.
That is so fantastic. When you got that email and you understood that here's one of the things that they're doing for the consideration, you had to just be ecstatic to think, wait, this book is such a long time in the coming, and then you get that as an additional, opportunity, and that's pretty incredible.
Thank you so much.
That is.
I felt like Cinderella at the ball. I really did. I really did. I'm a single mom of 4. I hold down a regular job every day, literally every day, rain or shine, Christmas, Easter, Friday, Saturday, Sundays. I would write, and to have all of it be recognized like this, it's just a dream come true.
It really is.
Yeah.
I don't know if we came full circle and you were able to answer this. Did you have input in the cover? No, we were describing the cover. Did they give you any opportunity, or no? This is what they said. There's 3 panels. Pick which one you like, or nope, this is it. We created it for you.
Well, they did. I did get 3 panels that I could like I like this one better, and here's why. But the only thing I really had input on that I'm sure everybody has seen Saturday Night Live and the More Cowbell skit. Okay, well, my equivalent of that was the cat on the cover. They were like, I would always say, whenever I got a chance, I would say, make the cat cuter, make the cat cuter. And everybody would say, Rebecca, this is a serious work of literature. And, why do you want the cat to be cuter? And I say, you'll see why. And sure enough, whenever I'm at a signing or at a reading at an event, a kid will come up and say, look, Mommy, look at the cute kitty on the cover.
Sure, yeah.
So I can be trying to make a serious social political statement here. And of course, all anyone will see is the cute cat.
It's a selling point. I'm telling you, when people reach, that's something they're going to want. They're going to wonder if they're going to flip it over. That's the first things. Even when I teach my intermediate mass media class, same thing that we always say in marketing a book. People look at the cover, they turn to the back, and then if you're lucky enough, they might flip to an offer panel on the inside if there's a book jacket on it. But this book it's definitely it is an eye catcher. You put flames on the cover of any book. And speaking of which, the last time you were in one of my columns, I know there will be a column coming about this, was when I was at the Times, and I looked up 2012, you had a different pen name at the time, but it was a little more of a kind of a come hither, a little more romance. Which is come hither?
That's a
term
euphemism.
you don't get to hear come hither that often, right? Tell me, what's more difficult, writing something that had a little bit of a political tinge to it, or something that was romance and keeping the continuity going?
This was so much harder.
Yeah.
This was so much harder. Even though the content of the book is quite sophisticated, I wanted to keep the sophistication kind of back so that more aware readers would get it.
Mhm.
But my first job, I figured was just to entertain,
Sure.
because life is hard enough and everyone needs an escape. So my first job was to entertain, and then my second was to make the statements, of us all working together no matter what. And so and I was so serious about this that I didn't want anything to detract from these two goals. So there's not even a curse word in the book. So I wanted to do it. I wanted the conversation to flow naturally, yet not have any curse words in it. There's slang, obviously, but no cursing. So it's like I really set some high bars with it. So yeah, you pick up this book and you will be entertained because it's a lot of fun. I made sure I had fun when I was writing it, and the moment that I wasn't having any fun, I knew something was wrong.
Yep.
But there's still some. The second time, third time, if you want to go through it, you're going to start picking up the symbolic layers that I said on the bottom. So
the books that I do, of course, are easy because they're compiled columns. So a lot of that editing has already been done in advance. You want to give a shout out also to the publisher, and then tell me how hands-on was your editor when they would come to a spot and they would send you a galley back or something and say, I don't know if the reader's going to understand this. You might need to flesh this out more. Do we really need this character? I'm just throwing out some things here, but give us publisher's name and then tell us about the editor and the writing process.
Okay, shout out to Great Heart of the Prairie, and so what the writing process was like. Is that what you're?
Yeah, and if there was times when you got a chapter back or a section of gallery where they would say, I don't know, this scene, the continuity is not making sense because you said earlier this happened. I don't know if they did that much fine tuning with you, or if they would say, this character you just introduced out of nowhere, we need some backstory. I'm just throwing out scenarios here, but did any of that happen?
Like, what kind of feedback did I get
from your editor?
them?
Yeah.
I think a lot of it was just all writers, if any of you are interested in writing a book or writing something for yourself, a blog or anything like that, one of the hardest things that you will have, dear audience, is getting out of your head, assuming that everybody knows what you're talking about when and so I think that's kind of the thing that the feedback I got the most. Explain yourself more, so make sure everybody's on the same page. So,
and again, once you pick this up and you're reading through it, I'm telling you, you get hooked right away. It's the kind of thing, and I like that it's
so sweet.
a book that you can have in your hand. You can put on the nightstand. Is there also a virtual version that people can download, or no? It's only the paper version here.
Oh, absolutely. No, you can get an ebook, and you can go onto Amazon and Barnes and Noble, and you can get it in ebook form as well too. Like if you have like an e-reader, something like like a actual device, or you want to read it on your tablet. But I agree, there is something. As somebody who sits behind a screen all day, there's at the end of the day when you're tired, there's something about sitting behind another screen that does not alleviate your stress. It does not give you like a psychological break. Right. And that's one of the things I like about a book, because nobody can get to you through this.
Exactly, right.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's a screen between you and the world.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's your key, and
You're
it's
getting
a window to another world, another adventure
You literally
as it
are. It's a
unfolds.
window to another. Yeah, well, literally a window to many universes.
We're talking about Burn This Book. It is the latest and the greatest. It's from the mind and the work of Rebecca Bailey, and it's just out right now. Available Barnes & Noble, as you heard. It's Amazon. It's fantastic for Christmas. There are going to be people that are going to call. They're going to email. They're going to ask. They're going to say, what age? Who's this for? What's your answer?
Absolutely. The actual like academic grade level is for ages 8 and up.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, most of my readers tend to be teenagers and people in their 20s, but yeah, that's basically it.
And now I'm going to
But I
ask.
mean, I'm happy. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
anybody, I
That's a
think,
great span.
yeah.
That's a great
But
span.
older people, can enjoy it too because, I enjoy it. And
I'm going
not
to
in my
ask you
20s.
this when it comes up with characters' names. How did you come up with who you wanted to name with
Oh.
these identities? How does that happen?
Yeah, every one of the names are symbolic. And for example, one of the characters is named Worth. And so that is a cue for you to judge, is she worthy? I mean, is she, what
I
kind
like
of
that.
person is she? Is good worth or
Yeah,
negative worth?
that's good. I like that. I'm wearing something on here that you gave me right before we went on camera. This fun band. Tell me about this. I'm branded here. Tell me about it.
Yes. This is something that I give away to everyone. Woo.
I love it.
Uh,
Love this.
and, I'm a crazy cat lady. And I figure that if I'm writing the book, if I'm spending so much of my life writing the book, then I can call what goes on it. So
Yeah.
I, my cats are on this. So there's a little cute little cat on there. And then the motto of the plan that you guys are all part of, and that you're saving the world.
Mm-hmm.
The first motto is to do good.
Yes.
I mean, the first line of the motto is to do good.
Like that.
And so I put that on the little
On the little band, the band here,
Yeah.
the wristband is. It's so cool. And then those of you that are tuning in through Jet TV, of course, brought to you by Alwards Diamond Jewelers. Or if you're scrolling your social media feed and you're looking and saying, "What is all this?" There are some other fun things that we've also peppered about and seasoned the desk here at the WJOB studios, and they're also good pushing and promoting reading, doing good. And I see a lot of Orange Cat going on here too.
Yes, a lot of Orange Cat. Water bottles. We've got coffee bottles. Of course, with my being a writer, I have to have a coffee bottle.
Yes.
And pencils and T-shirts and funky socks. If you go to my website at www.tharriman.com, then you will find links for how to get all these things.
Such fun. All of this is such fun swag, and again, perfect time at Christmas. I'm going to wind down here. I got to ask at least one hard Larry King question,
Oh no,
or a Joan Rivers question,
okay,
because I know you're Rebecca Bailey. Pen name is here is T. Harriman.
Yes.
For somebody that says, well, wait a minute, why didn't you just use Rebecca Bailey instead? Why the pen name? You used a pen name last time. What? Why? Well, tell us a little bit about that idea.
Absolutely. Well,
and how you came up with this particular name. I don't know the answer. I want to find out.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Although I bet you probably already know the answer. As in so many other fields, there is sexism in literature. And so using, just as J.K. Rowling used her initials so that she wouldn't be judged as male or female, I put T. Harriman so I wouldn't be judged as male or female. I capitalized the Harriman, uppercase and lowercase, to basically just draw attention to the page. So
this is so great, and again, such
dear.
perfect timing and so fun. Burn This Book. And underneath it, there's a little bit of subtitle here: the 10,000-year plan. Right? Is that
Right,
underneath there as
right.
well?
And the irony, of course, of the 10,000-year plan, it's like second to second action.
Exactly. As everything
Yeah.
unfolds right here between your fingertips, right in here, as your eyes peruse page after page, about 260 pages. It's a quick roller coaster read. Before we close here, I always like to ask any questions from our producer's booth. Anything that Claire wants to ask a question, or Tony. Maybe we have some future authors out there. Here's your opportunity as we get ready to close.
I think that's fantastic. Again, thank you for coming on here. I got to read, I haven't read a book in a while, so I got to read a book here. So I think this is going to be the one I'm going to do it for.
I read it. I wrote it with folks like you in mind.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Yeah.
I look forward to it.
Sure.
Excellent, excellent. All right. And anything else? We're good. Claire, any questions?
I'm okay.
She's got her questions answered, and I'm telling you, I love that idea of, again, the branding, the idea behind the author name. It makes so much sense. It really does. And again, I'm gonna give away the last of the scoops here. There's not only one book in this great lady's brain.
Yes.
There are two more that will then now piggyback off of this, right?
Yes, absolutely. All hail Queen of the Freaks. And then the second book in this series. I want to invite everybody who is listening, watching, to connect with me on social media. If you have any questions about writing in general, I'm here for you. And happy holidays, everyone.
That's so great. And Rebecca, that just means you need to come back again. Thank you
I'd
so
be
much.
delighted to.
It's always so fun. And boy, we could talk and talk and talk.
We could.
We cover a lot of territory. But that's why we invite you to be part of the conversation. And again, the conversation will continue in my columns in the Post Tribune and at ChicagoTribune.com to find out more about Burn This Book, the latest from Rebecca Bailey.
Support your local writers.
Yes, and more to come as well. That makes us even more excited as we look to the new year. I'm your host, Phil Potempa. Thank you for this edition of Notoriety, brought to you by, again, the kind folks in underwriting at People's Bank, Indiana Arts Commission, and of course here at Jet TV, we thank Albert's Diamond Jewelers for bringing us right there on your screen, into your home, and into your media. Until next week, have a great rest of your week. And if you're tuned in live at the top of the hour, it's Region Rush Hour with your host, Tony Panic and Sam Michael.